we didn't have an organized course of study for programming. We did not have a goal, fact, concept, nothing. We just, most of the time we had just goals, we just had form, function, and economy. I began hiring people that wanted to be programmers, and I began writing chapters
Right.
that were later in a book, so to speak. I began teaching two or three or maybe four young people programming. I began teaching them, and we would document it on paper and hoping that eventually we would make it into a book. No, before 1970, we had enough to make a book out of it, and it was a pamphlet, and none of us knew how to write. So CRS had hired an editor. He was a writer. So we gave him our speeches about programming. John Folke
Okay.
had given a couple of speeches, and I had written a couple of speeches. We gave them to this editor. So then the editor that we had hired put the whole thing together, and that was the first pamphlet kind of thing. And neither John nor I had written it. We just had given them information about programming, and he wrote it. I had to give speeches, and so I began to collect a series of slides that were pertinent. So by the time we went to Mexico, to Guadalajara, I had a set of slides without Spanish words, and I gave my speech. And Bill Cordell was in the audience, and he said, "Willie, I heard your speech and I understood everything you said by just looking at the slides."
Oh.
So the next time we write problem seeking, we publish problem. Notice that he said the next time we publish, that was the CRS mode. We published.
We published.
The next time we publish problem seeking, we'll do it as a primer. So what we did, we published my speech. So the problem seeking that was published in 1977 was my speech. But this time, Bill Cordell, let me take care of the characters. And so Bill was in charge, and Bill went to our graphics designer and said, "I want a language for this speech." And so our man at the office came up with the idea that, okay, I want to use a thick and a thin line, with each character.
Okay.
And that's what he did. He kind of invented a new vocabulary using the
Those
the
characters.
illustrations that I had collected for many years,
Yes.
drawn by many people.
Yes.
And but now I had a whole set of them. And so the whole set was done in one character
Right.
and published problem seeking. That's it. So if you take a look at the 1977 copy, it was my speech with my illustrations, but it was done by a professional graphics designer, by a professional man who knew how to write how to put books together, and the rest of it was up to us. Yeah, Steve Parshall came and asked for a job, and between semesters or something, and he put the book together. So it's a long story, but it's broken. Many people participated.